Hi, welcome again to another day where I am giving you practical tips to improve your workplace culture. Today, I want to talk about humility. Humility is really the opposite of ego. Let me share my slides with you and we'll jump right into your assignment. Okay, so we either have pride and ego or humility. You can't have both. Maybe you have a little mixture in there where you're sometimes humble, but sometimes you want to be in the spotlight. I don't know. Either way, humility is the one we need. So humility is this deep feeling that we can step out of the limelight. It's this opportunity for us to give credit to other people. So think about your staff or your department, and when they do a job that's really good, and maybe they've saved the company money or they have completed a project on time, how do you communicate that? Do you go into your next meeting and say, yep, I did it. It was all me. I made sure my team got that done on time. Or do you go into the meeting and say, wow, I have the greatest team in the world. They knocked this out of the park, and give all of that credit to your team? Or think about when something doesn't happen the way it should. Maybe there was a failure. Maybe you lost money. Do you go into your next board meeting and say, oh, so-and-so really messed up this time. It cost us this much money? Or do you take the blame and say, I made a mistake. I did, and it's cost this much money? And really take that blame on yourself. That's an action of humility. Now, it's not saying that you don't work with your teammate that made a mistake. You do, but you do it in a humble way, and you help them to learn from their mistakes and move forward. If we're worried about making mistakes all the time, we can't be innovative and creative and try new things that may make our work better. So if you're wanting to encourage taking that risk and trying to find a better way to do things, then you have to expect some failures, and you have to be very careful in how you approach that. But with humility, I want to talk about Jim Collins. He wrote the book Good to Great. It's a great book. I hope that you have read it. Maybe pull it back out and read it again. But he talks about two things that move a person from being good to being great. And he says we have a lot of good schools. We have a lot of good places to work. We have a lot of good products. And a lot of times the problem is we settle for good. Good is enough. But there's just a few that move from good to great. And what he found in his research, he researched over 1,400 companies and found that humility and personal will are the two main ingredients to moving you from being good to being great. So the humble leader is the person that's teachable, they're willing to learn, they're open-minded, they're willing to seek advice, willing to learn from their mistakes, and willing to give credit to others. So I ask you to just take a pause and reflect on those. In your week, this week, have you been teachable? Have you had an open mind? Have you sought advice from someone about something? Have you admitted you made a mistake and tried to learn from that? And have you given credit to others? And have you jumped in the trenches to help? It doesn't take long to figure out. Many people in our workplace are overwhelmed. They're stressed out. They may not have the tools they need to succeed. Have you jumped in to help? And jump in such a way that you're not looking for anything in return. You just want to help, to do the right thing. So I have two assignments for you today. I picked two because one may not apply to you. You may think, oh, I can't do that. So I want to give you two that you can pick from. The first one is I want you to put yourself in a teachable moment. So what I mean by this is find someone in your department, on your team, in your company, somewhere, and spend time with them. Have them teach you something. So maybe you already know you have a weakness. Maybe you need to improve how to work through your email, or how to communicate better, or how to learn something about a specific product that you sell. Go sit with someone and ask them to teach you, and listen to them. The other person should do more talking than you do. Listen with the intent to learn and to have an open mind. And then share this experience with other people, giving all of the credit with the person that you just sat with. So I hope that makes sense. What we're trying to do is get you in a teachable moment, learn something, and give credit to someone else. The second option, think about something in your department, on your team, and your company that's just not working the way it should be. This might not take that long to figure out. Think about something that just frustrates you, that you think needs to be done better. Jump right in and help. I remember when our CEO would come out of her office and sit down at an open desk and start taking phone calls because we had a backed up queue. That's powerful. Powerful. And if you don't know how to take the phone calls, or you don't know how to answer the calls, go back to the first assignment and learn. Learn from someone else. Or maybe you're not in a call center. Maybe your workplace is processing applications or something. Learn that task and jump in and help. It's going to do many, many things. One, it will teach you something. Two, it's going to help your team because they're backed up, they're overwhelmed and frustrated, and they need help. But beyond that, you won't even imagine what this will do because they will know that their boss is willing to jump in and help them. It's powerful. Okay, so those are your two options for today, 2 assignments. If I can be of any assistance, give me a call, reach out to me. You can contact me at drdeborahdean.com. I'd love to help improve your workplace culture. All right, I hope this has been helpful. I do hope you're enjoying these 40 practical tips to improve your workplace culture. And if there's anything I can do to help, to come in and evaluate your culture, evaluate your workplace, or even coach you personally or coach some of your staff on how to do these and how to do them well, I'd love to help. Have a great day.